Hello, everyone. We are live. Very good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today for the webinar Elevating CX Strategy with AI. I'm Smanika. I'll be your host today. And I'm delighted to have you with us as we are going to dive into how AI is not just enhancing, but transforming the way businesses approach customer experience. Let me add the guests to the stage. All right. Yeah. So recently, actually, I was going through one of the Gartner white papers, and it stated that by 2026, 75% of the customer service organization will be using AI to enhance the operational efficiency and improve the customer outcome. Now, AI is no longer just a future disruptor, it's becoming the foundation of the modern CX. But the real question is, how do we implement AI without breaking what already works? More importantly, how do we apply it strategically across the customer journey? That's what we'll be discussing today. The session is designed to be practical, that is rooted in real operation, real solution, and real challenges, right? Now, let me begin with introducing our speakers. Join me as I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Rohit Gupta. So Rohit is a recognized leader in the business process outsourcing industry and the president of Venture Sati Global Inc., a global outsourcing firm with offices in India and Virginia, USA. Rohit brings over 13 years of experience to this table, and he is deeply passionate about this purpose-driven leadership, creating jobs, driving innovation in the CX delivery, and contributing to the community through organizations like NASCOM, Indian Chamber of Commerce, and other social initiatives. Thank you, Rohit, for joining us today.
Thank you, Smanika.
We are delighted. Now I'm going to introduce to our second speaker, Mr. Suman Subudi, the founder of RADIUS and the chief architect of RADIUS, right? The AI-powered omni-channel interaction system. He is one of the rarest tech leaders who seamlessly blend the engineering and the depth of the product foresight. Suman brings over 20 years of experience in enterprise tech, and he has architected and launched breakthrough platforms like Radius, Automated, and Content. He leads a powerhouse team of 100 plus people, and with the platform that's serving 200 plus enterprises globally. Today, he is bringing a very sharp vision to this conversation on how AI, when thoughtfully embedded, can elevate the customer experience across every touchpoint. Once again, I'm welcoming you, both of you, to this webinar. Rohit, do you want to add something about yourself?
No, you have already added a lot about me, and thank you for having me. Really looking forward towards diving into this topic today with Team Radius.
Glad, Rohit. Suman, do you want to add something about yourself?
Thanks, Maida. Welcome, Rohit. Hello, everyone. No, looking forward to a really great, exciting session ahead. Thank you.
All right. All right. So I think we are all geared up and people are joining us and they are also excited to join the session. So let's dive right into these questions. Rohit, I'll start with you. Right.
Sure.
So Rohit, in your experience of managing CX operations, and how important is it for the business to understand who their customers are and their intent even before the conversation begins?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question, and keeping AI in mind, I would like to tell you that knowing who is the customer, who the agent is interacting with, is very important and relevant as well, because the first and foremost thing about any conversation is verification. Agent needs to verify whether he's talking to the correct person related to that purchase or not. So if the tool tells the agent that yes, he is the right person and about the purchase, so definitely the conversation can start real quick, and it can also help in reducing the AST and help the agent in giving more insight, and it will reduce the time in searching about the topic, about the case, about the booking, and definitely it will also improve the customer satisfaction. So agent will be focused more on the exact query and dive directly into the topic. So definitely, if the agent knows who is the customer, and if any tools help in knowing that, definitely it helps. And in today's omni-channel world, I would like to tell you that customer interacts to the businesses through various channels like WhatsApp, chats, emails, calls, and also social media. So in these scenarios, knowing who is the customer and what booking he had done with us, definitely it helps in the conversation.
Thanks, Rohit, for your answer. Suman, picking up from Rohit's point, AI can actually surface, the powerful signal even before the customer reaches out. From a product standpoint, how does Radius, use this pre-interaction intelligence to anticipate the customer intent?
Right. Before I answer to that question, it was interesting. How the evolving technology redefine the business use cases, something which we have not seen before, and we can visualize and try to solve the problem with the evolution of technologies. In CS, contact center as an industry has always been quick to adopt emerging technology. Same with AI, LLM, and with evolution of the transformer model, LLMs, it's actually feasible now to predict the customer intent even before customer, you know, started talking, even the customer reaches out. How you do it? Like all this model can analyze a wide range of data from different sources. We have CRMs, transaction history, interaction history, as Rohit pointed out, behavioral pattern, their social media content, external context. With all of that, we can very accurately predict the intent of the caller even before they reach. That's very important. It's not just who the customer, as well as why they're trying to reach us. That's very powerful for an enterprise. At Radius, we actually leverage all of this AI capability to offer a great CS platform, and we offer all these facilities, features, power to the enterprises. And when you know why the customer is trying to reach out, there are a lot of possibility how to handle that customer. Let's just I'll give you an example. Let's for a bank as one of our customer as a bank is using our Radius or this AI features, and it was one of the bank tried a transaction, it failed, and the consumer trying to reach out, the bank knows why the customer is calling. Rather than just giving a very fixed IVR driven menu, the bank can actually give a status update of the transaction then and there, which avoid all this menu driven static flow, etc., all of that. We call that dynamic personalized self-service, where we know the intent, we know the who the customer, why they're calling, and address their concerns then and there. Similarly, another example, if I give on the same line for a hotel booking site, if it was an attempted cancellation of the booking and but they got some messages, error, alert, and they try to reach out the contact center or help desk, you can directly route the interest to the property. So avoiding the initial L1 set of agents entirely, right? And the same goes on. Even when you route the call to the agent, we collect all the relevant data based on not just the who the customer, but the intent of the caller from different system, and so the agents are accurately exactly what information they need to handle that interaction. What, as Rohit pointed out, we are empowering the agent with knowing the intent of the caller. I hope I could able to answer it.
That's right, Suman. And I think it's a great perspective on starting the customer journey even before this, it begins. So it's wonderful to know how Radius is actually helping it out. Now, to
I would
moving
like
on to
to
question number.
I would like to add to here, like Suman, definitely it was interesting to know about radius capability. Can you please let me know that in today's dynamic world, how, like in various complex processes where there are a lot of different refunds and different bookings involved, and how radius can help in and knowing that why the customer is here, what is the intent of the customer.
Right. That's what we discussed. Where aiming that right is in the platform, we can integrate multiple different data sources. That could be your
Got it.
transaction history. That could be your policy booking system, CRM, space management. When you have all this info system already built in, and we have platform who can actually consume all of the data and predict. So we are talking more of a prediction of the customer intent, right? Yes, that's something that we are at.
Interesting, interesting.
Thanks to both of you. I think we can move to question number two, and I'm going to start that with Rohit. So, Rohit, we often talk about this automation through bots, right? But at the core of this bots, the performance always lies with the strength of the knowledge base. So, in your point of view, how important is it to have a context-aware knowledge base that powers any kind of bot or any kind of interactions?
Yeah, that's very interesting questions, Manika. Basically, I will not talk about bots much, but I will talk about knowledge base because knowledge base is something which is core of the customer service department. Any problem, any query which customer to the department, it goes through the knowledge base test basically. So the agent has to be aware about the knowledge base, and the knowledge base has to be that strong that it can be it should be the capable of answering the questions of the customer. So I think that knowledge base should be structured, it should be flowchart driven, it should be in a tabular format, so that if an agent goes through the knowledge base while answering the query, he should be able to link the all the scenarios, all the possible cases, and then he should be able to reply to the answer. Similarly, I think that when the bot will play a role in suggesting an answer to the agent, definitely if the knowledge base is that structured, he will the bot will definitely help the agent in answering the question of the customers. And yeah, I have seen in lot many companies what happens is knowledge base is something different from the help section which is in the website, and that's where the problem arises. So I would like to know more that how AI and Radius can help in streamlining these processes.
That's right, Rohit. I think that's the second question. Even I am going to ask to Suman. So, Suman, you know what? Picking up what Rohit said, Radius actually enabled the bot to answer this customer queries directly from the knowledge base. From your product perspective, how does AI within Radius ensure that this kind of knowledge bases stay relevant and continuously evolve based on this, real-time customer queries? Over to you,
Right.
Suman.
Right. I'll answer in three stages. First, I mean, just the analogy again. I mean, if you think AI and LLM as a system, a engine, right? And for any traditional engine, we need fuel to run the engine and the get the right output. In terms of LLM and AI is the data and knowledge base. And as Rohit accurately pointed out, we need the right data to get a right output. When we work with any enterprises, we focus on very three key aspects of a knowledge base: accuracy and relevancy. It has to be accurate. Periodic and continuous updates again on the relevance and accuracy maintained. Third is the personal data, PII, data privacy, governance, and compliance. This is a very key aspect of when you talk about knowledge base. Once we have the knowledge base ready, while we work with enterprises to make at least address these key pillars of the knowledge base settle, then Redis can actually use this knowledge base in two primary use cases. One is self-service, that is bots, AI bots, and with Radius, as Rohit again pointed out, today's customer they work in different channel, multiple channel. We have the Salesforce bot for across all channels with the voice, digital, IMs, all these channels. Imagine we have a knowledge base, accurate knowledge base ready, and we have bot working on that knowledge base. We take any query. The AI bot can dynamically understand the context, why the customer is trying to reach out. In response to that, it can take a relevant content from the knowledge base, reply to the customer query then and there, suggest FAQs, automate the next actions as well. It's not just respond to the customer, but at least automate the next action. For example, I'll say create a ticket, update the status, notify your backend team, right? It's not just under traditional the IVR flow, or you can say the traditional bot flow previous without AI, if I say, was primarily understand the intent of the caller, right? But now intent is addressed. This TB is there, autonomous bots are there. We can actually handle the interaction in the self-service menu itself. Even if it were escalated to agent, even if there is a need of an agent to handle it, with knowledge base, we actually put the most relevant knowledge base or the articles in front of the agents. So agent need not toggle different system, help respond the agent respond faster, more accurately, saves agent time, improves your AST. And during all of that, whether it's a bot, whether it's an agent, Redis monitor all of these interactions, escalate to supervisor if there is a need, as well as all the data generated during the interaction, whether it is your sentiment data, transactional data, contextual data, all of data get looped back to the same knowledge base. So it helps improving the knowledge base continuously. That's how we strengthen the knowledge base, and that's the primary, the point of having the knowledge base in the entire enterprises.
All right. I think I love that clarity, Suman. On the answer is quite descriptive, and I hope it must have answered to all our viewers, right? And Rohit, do you want to add anything to here?
Yeah, basically two things comes from Suman's point of view. Like one is continuous updation that can happen from AI. That is something which I would like to look forward. And the second is searchability of knowledge base. One is the searchability is very important while answering the queries in a live environment, because that takes time. And if AI is helping the agent in searching the query real fast from the knowledge base, searching the answer of that query, then definitely that reduces the AST as well as improves the customer satisfaction. So that's wonderful. Two things. These I take these points.
That's great. That's great. Actually, that's a great takeaway even for our viewers also. So, now moving on to our next question, to Rohit, to you. I remember, quite sometimes back, even we were discussing about how agent generally they feels pressure to respond quickly and accurately during the live conversation, especially when they juggle between these multiple applications. So, from your experience, how important is it for the agent to have AI-powered unified console?
Yeah, interesting question. One is I would like to first of all point this thing out that when we are dealing in a non-voice process, particularly, so agent is not handling one query at a time. He might be handling two, three, and even more than that. So toggling between all the systems and also being relevant to the queries, all the three queries at one point of time is very much important. Okay, and if the context is clear for all those three conversations to the agent, definitely that gives a lot more context to the conversation and improves accuracy. And if and here I think that AI plays a very crucial role where it can reply, it can suggest the replies to all the three conversations, because definitely when we handle all the three conversations simultaneously, the concurrency is three. It brings a lot of strain to the agent to search all the answers to all the queries, and also to toggle all the systems and know what was the issue with the customer. So I can easily understand that how AI can help here and reduce the AST and also improve FCR and reduce escalations. And I would like to also highlight here one important point that it helps in also onboarding the new agents in the process, because new agents can really ramp up faster to handle all the to handle more queries at one point of time. And also it gives them a confidence that they are also being guided by some assistant. So definitely.
All right. Thanks, Rohit, for this answer. And I think I'd like to jump directly to understand Suman's point of view. So, Suman, building on what Rohit just shared, from a product perspective, how does Radius Agent Console delivers the right insight at the right time?
Uh, Rohit already highlighted the 2 points. I'll answer Rohit in the earlier response. Rohit highlighted about searchability of the TB, right? And I'll highlight that. Yeah, that's what we believe in Radius. A great customer experience is ultimately delivered by agents, right? Rohit understand that. We understand that when you work with enterprises, even if we say autonomous system and everything, ultimately it's a human. It's agents that gives a satisfaction, right? And at Radius, we have build the Radius agent console keeping that fundamental belief in mind. And I'll show you something. I'll show you something what we are trying to, what we have done in Radius and how we'll address these concerns. Yeah.
Yeah.
The primary of our agent console is something, the primary purpose is showing the relevant information. That is the customer 360 view.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the trust in customer 360 view, we actually try to show the customer information, who the caller, that's what we discussed, who the caller, the intent, why they're trying to reach us, their past interest history, across channel, the details of that, or their case management, ticket history, context of the previous interactions, IVR flows. So this is where this keeps the agent to start the conversation right away. So the next would be very interesting to the TB, the AI-driven knowledge base. That's where the searchability of the query that Rohit has raised. How will I search it? Uh, Now, in this case, when you receive a query from the customer, move to a digital channel, we right away pass the query to the AI and which what on knowledge base and find the best possible answer or the best action or best answer for that query which AI suggests, and agent has the ability and functionality to select the answer, edit them directly, reducing the response time and improve accuracy. Right, Rohit? This is what you have been looking for.
Yeah,
Even if we have
true, true.
knowledge base, we have AI. How it will help agent, right? So it's absolutely saves agent time searching large knowledge base, right? So it's just autonomous now, I think. Uh, in addition to that, if I talk about more on the agent stuff, how we empower the agent, we have a real-time sentiment analysis. While agent keep discussion, while customer agent conversation, we keep on tracking sentiment. These sentiments are visible to the agent as well as to the supervisor. And as a supervisor, that keeps them, supervisor well aware of how the customer conversation going on and when to pitch in, right? Moving on, in addition to sentiment, we have a real-time language translation, which is attained with the spell and grammar check. So agent can type something, will get auto-corrected. That is there. Real-time language translation this is very relevant in case of a multi-region, multilingual support operations, like the kind of business that Rohit owns and Rohit delivers to different across region. This is something very crucial. We let the customer talk, chat in their native language while we retain our skilled agents in their preferred language. We don't need to cross train again, new agent onboarding, how easy it is for us, right? So this is again one thing. And the last thing and the best thing in our Intello or Radius Agent UI is the way we handle multiple interactions at the same time, even from the same customer, multiple channel, agent has a unified window. They can take care of entire operation from this window without toggling or moving out of this window at all. Again, what else we do? We do an auto disposition. We have again AI as auto disposition based on the conversation. AI engine itself suggests the disposition. That again saves your app time, your ACW time, and your every conversation get recorded. Now, all of this design is been focused to improve agent focus, reduce error, improve your AHT, and act as an intelligent decision support system for the agents itself. Hope, Rohit, I could able to answer a few of your queries.
Absolutely, yeah. That's an interesting, interesting presentation, and definitely it will reduce the times where the agent borrows time from the customer, and that definitely improves the customer satisfaction because customer don't have to wait for a longer period of time for getting the answer from the customer service agent. And one more thing, when you talk about the translation, like how does the tool can help us when we get the media also from the customers? Like sometimes customer says lots of media like images, PDF files, and that kind of stuff. So how the translation tool can help in translating those kind of medias? Definitely, that will be interesting to know.
Right. very well pointed out, Rohit. It's not just the text and communication, the media as well. The mostly the PDF files, right?
Correct.
So where it has a policy document. I mean, a agent sitting overseas may not understand the local policy document, right? We
Yeah.
handle that also. We do the file processing, we establish the test, do the language translation, and present it to agent. But
Yeah.
again, we take care of the privacy and security, very very crucial aspect.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. That's
So
crucial.
that's very crucial aspect when we work with the enterprises and addressing these kind of use cases.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of agent empowerment that makes a real impact and the real time context and smart suggestion that truly change the game, Suman. And I loved how both of you actually discussed it. So now moving on to the next question here to Rohit. Rohit, mid interaction is often when the service quality can deteriorate if that not managed actively, right? From your operational lens, what kind of real-time signal can help supervisor intervene at the right time?
See, first of all, we need to understand that supervision is crucial to the customer service department because agent, howsoever experienced he or she is, he or she might be like till the day ends or midday, he can be frustrated by handling the customer queries and all. So definitely, supervision plays a very crucial role in this kind of scenarios, and when the multiple queries comes in day in and day out. So supervision has a challenge in itself. First challenge is like to which agent to address, to which query to look upon, and because any supervisor looks after minimum 10 to 15 agents, and when he has to look after all those 10 to 15 agents, he has to prioritize which agent to look after. So um, see, one criteria is AST, which he can look at real time that yes, this conversation is going beyond the target time. And one is like real time monitoring, whether the conversation is reading all throughout the conversation, but that cannot happen for all the conversations at one point of time. Okay. So definitely a graphical presentation or visible presentation of the conversations at one dashboard can help the supervisor in understanding which conversation to look at and which agent needs the support. So definitely, I have seen in Suman's presentation that there is a sentiment analysis of the conversations, of the live conversations. So I'm very quite amazed that if like sentiment analysis kind of thing is there, definitely that will boost the containment rate and improve overall service quality. And it also will give the confidence to the agent that there is a help, there is someone to help if the conversation is going in the wrong direction and the customer is leading the conversation to different directions, because customer sometimes comes with one query and like ends up with multiple queries. So definitely if there is something which can help identifying that this is a crucial customer, this is a tough customer basically, I'll say, so that will supervision can be improved in such a way.
Definitely, Rohit. I think that's really crucial to understand when to intervene. Now, to you, Suman, how does Radius, equip the supervisor to with the real-time visibility and intelligent nudges during the live conversation?
Right. I'll answer Rohit's concern first. I mean, when we really say from the opposite one, there is one supervisor, multiple agent, and when the supervisor need to know, when the supervisor has to join the call, right? That's very crucial, as Rohit pointed out. And I'll start with the first that one, the margin window. I'll show how we have done the margin visit in Radius right now. Margin visit. You see,
Yeah.
in this one single interface, we show all the live interactions across channel. For every live interaction, we highlight the sentiment, mostly sentiment deviations, not just sentiment store, right? We are we're interested about the sentiment going negative. So we highlight the sentiment. We highlight in case the agent is going beyond the context. We highlight if agent is not following the standard SOPs. We highlight if there's a AST is higher, okay, your call duration or interaction duration higher. Based on all this indicator, we flagged out those interactions to the supervisor. We flagged out. So supervisor knows exactly which interaction to dating. And even if they dating, they have single interface dating the multiple interactions at the same time. No fiddling around, no switching, no toddling around margin window. So they still stays in the margin widget, and they know which interaction to bargain, and they can bargain multiple interaction across all the channel. I hope Rohit, I address your first answer.
Yeah, absolutely. I will. I am. It's very interesting that it not only handles the sentiments but also handles the diversion from the knowledge base and the process. So very interesting. I would also like to know like how that jetty, that zero tolerance can be avoided through this margin system, and also any kind of potential frauds can be identified in a conversation, because a lot of potential fraudulent customers or fraudulent things happen in a CX environment. So a lot of these things, fraudulent activities and zero tolerance, can be how these can be identified in this system. Definitely, that will be interesting to know.
Right. Very, very interesting, Rohit. I'll show you the one, I'll address that by showing something, a live transcription. For voice, I'll, during the voice conversation, we have this AI transcript engine, which convert your entire voice function as a text and highlight to the supervisor. Not just the convert as a transcription, it actually highlight the keyword. So from this keyword, you can dictate whether it's a fraudulent customer or what kind of topic they are talking of. If that is a part of as per the process design, which is something has to be ignored and neglected, all these highlights or notification can be done from this. Same for the chat. So we have a keyword spotting engine that runs across the interactions, which spot such red flags, as you say, and indicate both agent and supervisor how to handle those interactions. Is that something that you are looking at, right?
Absolutely, that's wonderful.
Yes, Vanita, we can go on.
Yeah, sure. I think to both of you, it's definitely the timely visibility makes a big difference for managing the service quality, and we all
Just to add,
agree.
so I just wanted to talk you out. Just to add on, Rohit, again, all this notification we are talking about, it's not just the app, right? As you say, supervisor also mobile. They are moving around the floor. We all
Correct.
notify all this, not just app onto SMS, their WhatsApp or any other preferred IM. So they will date an alert. They date into action from then and there. Probably they can join the call from even from the WhatsApp as well. So that's the kind of visibility we are talking about.
That's something which industry needs.
Yeah, definitely. I think this WhatsApp notification that creates a very big difference in this kind of conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm moving on to the very interesting part of our conversation, which is about the quality assurance. So I'll start with Rohit. So Rohit, most of this quality assurance teams still rely on the sampling, which means a lot of insight that get missed. From your operational experience, how helpful it would be to evaluate 100% of the interaction to improve the coaching, consistency, and compliance across teams. And I have another question. How do you see the key challenges or the limitations in achieving that at scale?
So 100% is a dream. So first of all, I would like to tell you that achieving 100% is something which we dream, definitely, because QA is the eye of the customer service department. We talked about the core, we talked about the heart, but I would like to tell you that quality assurance is the eye of the supervisors, the trainers actually, because through quality assurance only we know that what is the lacking in the agents, what is the customer, what is the what training, the what refresher training the agent requires, and also where is the improvement required. So definitely all those things cannot be judged in a live environment, howsoever the barging tool or any kind of like live supervision be there. But quality assurance is a must. But yes, 100% is something which we dream, because uh, the volume is too much, and if we hire like how many number of QAs we hire, we cannot imagine as well, because 100% is like it's a dream, and if we achieve 5 to 10%, then also we think that yeah, this is something which we have achieved, and that can be done only through sampling, and which sample to check, which sample to analyze is also one of the questions. Okay, so definitely, once if we evaluate 100% interactions, we can have more fairer, more consistent feedback and performance benchmarking system in place. But as I already told that it's a dream for us, because but yes, today AI is there, so we can expect anything from AI, and definitely I would like to hear from Suman what he has to offer in this case.
Yeah, so that's right, Rohit. And to pick from your point, I'm just going to ask Suman, how does Radius use AI to analyze 100% of the customer interactions? And from a product standpoint, what role does this automation play in scaling this QA without scaling the headcount, which is, I think, a very crucial part in any contact center?
uh, as Rohit said, 100% sampling is a dream, right? And why do enterprise do that? I mean, why can't they do it? It's just more of a balance between the quality expectation versus effort, the
Yeah,
effort manpower we need, right?
yeah.
And answer, can AI and Radius solves that? Yes, we can solve that. We can do 100% some to over
Review
100%
the
of
AI.
the data, we generate some insight. But before I get in the detail, let me show you something first with you.
Yeah, sure, Suman. I'm doing that.
Carefully. Observe how Radius assigns the correct disposition based on context. Identify important keywords to grasp customer intent from the conversation. View AI recommended next steps for effective follow-up guidance. Understand what the customer needed, how they reacted, and key concerns raised. Check the key takeaway of how the agent responded, communicated, and handled the interaction to identify coaching points or areas for improvement. Monitor scores reflecting both customer and agent experiences during the interaction. Analyze sentiment scores for insights on both the customer and agent.
Right. Now, Rohit, if you saw here all these things, starting from summarization, tetraways for customer and agent, next action, sentiments to written, the entire written which and supervisor used to do manually by answering one by one questions is done by AI. Now, if I say we have such a tool for you, and will you be says to okay, will you still do for a sampling, or will you actually do it for 100% to you?
So definitely, it seems that 100% is now achievable through these kind of tools. And one very interesting thing that came to my mind while seeing this presentation was that biasness of the quality auditor can be avoided through these tools, because we have seen a lot of biasness by the QA team while doing the QA audits. And definitely, when the tool is there in place, it can suggest that no, this is the actual score of the chat or the email conversation. So definitely, one is biasness, which can be avoided. One is a lot of sentiment analysis, the tone analysis, the compliances can be checked, which somehow misses out when human checks that.
Right. Absolutely, Rohit. You wanted to reveal the biasness of an individual will be addressed here. And now we have something, a technology, a platform which can actually do 100% to you. If you just see the next action, next stage of this, Rohit, if I'd like to highlight here is now you have all these insights. Enterprise has all this data within, and that gives a right power. You can actually build a seeds or dashboard with a deep insight that will empower in decision making, right? I mean, just for example, let's consider an e-com business, right? And if you have a dashboard which is generated out of your QA data and shows a lot of customers negative sentiment for a specific product name, right? Which we derive from the keyword spotting. We know for this product name we have a lot of negative sentiment, and that's itself is insightful, right? This is powerful. You know there is something wrong with the product, correct? And that's the kind of use cases we're trying to solve. Not just for contact center, the CX data should be utilized for the better decision making and the product design as well.
That's correct. That's absolutely correct.
That's right, Suman. I think to add to this point, scaling this quality analysis without scaling the headcount, that is a power of automation, and that is something that we all should, look forward to, right? Now, with that note, I just wanted to move on to our next question to Rohit. Rohit, a lot of CX teams, they struggle with this timely follow-up. How crucial do you think it is for the businesses to do it?
Yeah, follow-up is something which customer feels that it should be done by the company, by the organization. Because I came to, we should understand that, for example, I came to a customer service department that where is my refund, and the agent told that your refund will be credited in, for example, 24 hours or seven working days. But the customer is waiting for the refund to be credited in the bank account, but he is not getting any updates from the company. So definitely, that creates some kind of unrest in the customer, and it can lead to a dissatisfaction. So if the follow up to any conversation is there with the customer, so definitely that will help in improving the customer retention as well as satisfaction.
That's true. That's right, Rohit. And to pick from that point, I wanted to ask Suman that Suman, how can AI be used to automate the follow-ups in a way that feels timely and personal?
Right. At Radius, our approach to automate follow-ups is built on an agentic AI principle, where AI behaves more like a collaborative digital co-worker that plan, decide, and act on behalf of agents based on the predefined roles, right? For example, as Rohit pointed out about a transaction, I'll just say for an let's consider a IT help desk kind of a scenario where one of your internal employee just send an IM message, right? Hey, I am unable to log in my account. Probably he just say the same thing over a call. So agent just acknowledge the message, drop the interaction, wait for the next thing. This is where our agentic AI follow-up takes up, right? Our AI agents, the bots, will understand the intent, create a ticket on behalf of the employee in the case management system, sends an mailer to the customer or the employee who has raised the ticket, saying, yes, your concern has been registered. This is the follow-up ticket ID. Dispose the interest in the current disposal code. Now put the periodic reminder as well. Once the ticket is closed, update the status back to the employee who has raised it. Make an automated outbound call to the employee asking is the ticket is really closed as the problem is solved. And once the issue is resolved, probably send any intimation notifying even with a survey link. Now what we're addressing the entire autonomous process without involving any agent or the backend staff. Right? I hope Rohit, I address the entire flow. I hope I could able to
Yeah,
relate to use this.
you were very correct in that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So now imagine if all of this work has been done by ensuring zero lag between the interaction and the action. That's what we're
Yeah,
talking about.
and the best part of this is like it will be happening for all the conversations basically.
Right. Across channel, all the conversation. And we are following the process and as per the enterprise follows. No
Correct.
deviation from their standard process.
Correct. True.
Over to this one.
Yes. Yeah, that's great. I think that's beautifully explained. And that's the kind of follow up without a follow up fatigue. The agents are uploaded and these customers are updated. And that's the kind of system we all are, striving for, right? Now that we are almost, coming to this end of the session, I wanted to ask both of you one same question. That is, what is that one piece of advice, Rohit, you would like to advise to the CX leaders looking to build an AI powered and empathetic customer experience strategy?
Interesting. So, one piece of advice when you will ask, then I will tell that start with empathy and scale with AI. In today's world, what is happening is enterprises are jumping to adopt AI and technology and straight diving into the tools without grounding their strategy in a deep understanding of the customer. So let's first understand your customers first. AI should enhance and not replace the human connection. Use AI to handle the repetitive and data heavy tasks so your teams can focus on what they do best, create meaningful conversations, empathetic experiences, and importantly, keep testing and refining based on real customer feedbacks. So that's how one build something that's both scalable and deeply human. So let's keep the human touch alive.
That's a great answer, Rohit. Coming to you, Suman, what would you like to add?
Rohit has already answered, and I'm there with Rohit. I'm the same, we follow the same sentiment. We carry the same values. All these points are well said by Rohit. And I'll just say the systems like Radius will help organizations to adapt and optimize their AI journey at their own pace. Absolutely, that's right.
That's
That's a wonderful answer, Suman and Rohit, both of you, and quite some of the wise words to close on this conversation, right? Now, I hope all of our viewers have also taken some of their key insights. Now, to recap all this entire conversation, I just wanted to add that today we have explored is a practical insight on applying AI before, during, and this post conversation. The real world experiences, both from the operational and the product perspective, and a closer look into how intelligence and empathy can go hand in hand. Right? Now, that brings to the end of this today's session. On behalf of Team Radius, thank you to both of you and to everyone who joined us today. This is a part of Intent by Radius webinar series, and we hope today this sparked ideas, innovation, and gave you the practical direction to lead the strategy forward. Signing off for today. Take care, stay curious. See you in the next session. Bye bye.
Bye bye.